Hello again. Today we're having a relook at the South African median monthly earnings data from 2022. So this is just an alternative perspective on the previous data we looked at. So here I wanted to have a single visual showing as much of the data as possible, and I went with a number line, or you might call it a timeline. So here we have individual, a number line of amounts, and then we have markers marking on that number line the amounts earned, or the median amounts earned. So the data is here, still split by the categories of age group, education, industry, occupation, population group, and province. And I've set it up so that each level or height is reserved for a specific category. So everything at this level and in orange is industry, and everything on the slightly lower level here is population group. Everything on this level is age group, and so on. So everything on this level is in the education category. So also note that this is with a log scale, because when using a linear scale, everything sort of gets scrunched up on the left there. So I elected to go with a logarithmic scale. So yeah, the numbers are so spread and uneven that it was better to go with a log scale. And we also have a nice tooltip visual there. So here we have the industry, not the industry, the category, the subcategory, and the amount. So in this case, in the category industry, subcategory private households, we have that the median earnings is 2,220 rands. If we go here in the category age group, for the subcategory 55 to 64 years, the median income is 7,500. So this is done per horizontal line. So unfortunately, if you hover over this, you don't get Gauteng because it overlaps exactly with the age group of 55 to 64. So just to see another one for population group, subcategory Indian/Asian, we have median earnings of 15,000 Rand per month. So that is the tooltip, and so you can compare across categories. So here we have domestic worker category, occupation, and we see that that is way less than, say, what somebody in the education category, primary completed, makes. And we see also that somebody in manufacturing, for instance, the industry subcategory makes more than that. And also here you have a filter, so filter by category. You can narrow down the category. The axis is fixed, so you do not have to worry about the values shifting around. So selecting age groups here and education there. And if you want to compare several categories, for instance, education and occupation, you can multi-select that way and see there. So let's maybe compare population group, province, and industry. So you have that there. Okay. And right, this is the visual that controls the tooltip there. And also we have a similar visual, but now we're filtering by categories, but on the number line we're not showing the amounts of subcategories, but we're showing subcategorized by gender, so male, female. All right, quick edit. What was I trying to say there? We are showing all of the categories data and all of the subcategories, just not all at the same time, because now we have twice as many points for each category. So we now have male and female points. So the slicer up top, unlike the previous visual, is not multi-select, it's only single select. So we only get to see one category at a time, and we see on the number line all its subcategories, but for each of the subcategories we see 2 points, one male point and one female point. And the reason we're showing just one category at a time is if we showed everything, things would get a bit cluttered, and we can't use the legend or levels because unlike the previous one where we used the legend and the levels, so the colors and levels for the categories, here we've used that for the male female distinction. So we've used the colors blue and pink for the male female, and we've also used the levels, so above the line for male and below the line for female. So at the top here in blue we have the males, and at the bottom here in the what's this, pink or salmon, we have the females. So for instance, if we click education and we hover, we see that females in the education subcategory with no schooling, in the education category with the subcategory no schooling, females would make a median of 1,600 rands. In the same category and subcategory, the males will make a median of 3,250 rand. And so you have a male-female comparison for each category. And let's just go through the categories. There's age group, education, industry, and also to note this is a log scale as well, so that's why we have such a huge gap from 1000 to 100. And you'll see somewhere here, I think it's a 2,700, no, 10,000, it's like 20,700 at the end here. So there you see the gap between 1,000 and 10,000 looks bigger than the gap between 10,000 and 2,600 there because of the log scaling. And there we have population group and province. So yeah, just a nice alternative view of the same data. And here similarly we have the tooltip visual that's controlling the tooltips on this side. Okay, thank you.